Welcome, beloved Leo souls, both longtime members of our pride and the freshly curious who've just wandered into this fiery little corner of the Zodiac internet. You've officially found your way to Golden Fortune Leo, where we don't just toss out vague horoscopes and call it a day. No, we decode destiny with a wink, a roar, and just enough Buddhist calm to keep us from texting our ex at 2 a.m. under retrograde energy. And this week? Oh, Leo, the universe has a plot twist with your name written all over it. We're talking about Venus square Pluto. Now, before your eyes glaze over like someone just asked you to attend a budget meeting, stay with me. This isn't your run-of-the-mill, your crush might text you astrology update. No. This is a cosmic X-ray for your love life. A full-on soul intervention. A relationship detox wrapped in planetary precision. And let me be clear, if you've been feeling a little emotionally scrambled lately, like laughing, crying, and considering a new haircut all within the same 5 minutes, congratulations, you're tuned in. This aspect is a once-a-year powerhouse. Venus, the planet of pleasure, love, and all things that sparkle, is currently lounging luxuriously in Taurus, ordering wine and whispering sweet nothings. But across the cosmic table, Pluto retrograding through Aquarius isn't here for comfort. Pluto wants the truth. The raw, unfiltered, let's rip this band-aid off with our teeth kind of truth. And that tension? It's building inside you, Leo. You're standing at the crossroads between preserving your ego and setting it ablaze in the name of authenticity. Now, let me tell you this as someone who's spent decades reading star maps, birth charts, and more therapy books than a self-help aisle can hold. This isn't about losing. It's about revealing. Venus square Pluto isn't a breakup transit. It's a breakthrough transit. It's the moment where you realize your ride or die might have just been riding your nerves, or that your own need for control is quietly suffocating the very intimacy you crave. So if you've been having dreams that feel too real, if a passing comment cuts deeper than it should, or if someone from your past slides into your mind or your DMs, this is not coincidence. It's the universe holding up a mirror and asking, are you ready to see the truth? And Leo, you were never meant to play it small. You're not here for half-hearted connections or shadowy love games. You're here to live boldly, love deeply, and rise every single time with more self-respect than ever. So breathe, shake it off, and walk through this Venus-Pluto portal like the cosmic lion you are. Because the truth may sting, but baby, it sets you free. Let's get real, Leo. This Venus square Pluto transit isn't here to play matchmaker with candlelight and roses. No, it's more like the universe swiping left on all your illusions and lighting a fire under whatever emotional truths you've been avoiding. And right now, you're either being pulled into someone's orbit with the intensity of a black hole, or flung out of it like the finale of a messy reality show. There is no middle ground. It's magnetic or it's repulsive, and you're going to feel it in your bones. For some of you, it'll be that bam moment of soul recognition. You lock eyes with someone and suddenly, it's like your past lives start speed dating through your nervous system. But for others, it might feel more like, why did I ever date this person? Or talk to them? Or exist in the same time zone? And here's the twist. Both experiences are valid. Both are sacred. Because whether it's karmic attraction or spiritual repulsion, it's all part of the purge. Pluto's job is to bring the buried stuff up. Think emotional popcorn, only it's betrayal, control, old shame, popping up in rapid succession. And Leo, if you're currently sobbing over your oat milk latte, rage texting someone you swore you blocked, or waking up from a dream about that awkward middle school crush who wore too much cologne, don't panic. You're not broken. You're not regressing. Your emotions are just finally stepping out of the shadows and speaking their truth loudly. They may feel chaotic, but they're not random. They're messages. Codes. If you dare to sit with them, to feel them without judgment, you'll start to understand what they're really saying. This isn't emotional meltdown, it's emotional alchemy. You're not falling apart, Leo. You're being rewritten from the inside out. And yes, it's messy. But so is every masterpiece before it's finished. Alright, Leo, let's not sugarcoat it. Venus square Pluto is coming in hot like a cosmic MRI for your relationships, and honey, this scan doesn't just look at the surface. We're talking full spectrum, soul-level diagnostics here. Control issues? Codependency? Emotional manipulation dressed up as I just care a lot? Yeah, Pluto's got the receipts. No filters. No fluff. Just pure, unrelenting truth. And as someone who's spent decades studying not just the stars, but the deeper psychological currents underneath them, I can tell you this isn't punishment. This is precision. It's the spiritual equivalent of one of those deep tissue massages that makes you question your life choices mid-session, but somehow leaves you better than before. Now, as a Leo, you're known for that magnificent pride and your radiant presence. But even lions can wear masks, especially when the stakes are high or the heart is vulnerable. This transit? It's not letting you get away with costume changes. If you've been pretending it's okay, pretending you're not hurt, pretending someone's more than they are, Pluto's pulling back the curtain. And not gently. Think Wizard of Oz reveal, but make it therapeutic. And here's where the mirror comes in, Leo. This is the moment when relationships start revealing their true worth. If something or someone crumbles now, don't panic, it wasn't gold, it was just painted tin. And I say that with love. Because some people weren't meant to stay. They were background extras in your highlight reel. You're finally seeing who's genuinely in your corner and who just showed up for the applause. This is exfoliation of the soul. Yes, it stings. Yes, it might leave you raw. But underneath, there's real radiance, your authentic self, unburdened by outdated dynamics and emotional debris. Let the purge happen. Let the truth do its work. The universe isn't trying to break you, Leo, it's polishing you. And the glow on the other side of this? Unstoppable. Let's talk about the cosmic cleanup crew, Leo, and guess who's leading it? Pluto, the planet of transformation, is rolling in like a spiritual Marie Kondo, asking one very serious question: does this belief system, attachment style, or fear of abandonment still spark joy, or are you just emotionally hoarding? And you, my majestic lion-hearted friend, are being invited to throw the whole drawer out. Outdated love patterns, guilt-laced people-pleasing, staying in situations just because they're comfortable, all of it is kindling now. And what better sign to handle a soul bonfire than Leo? You were literally built to burn bright. So strike the match, toss it in, and watch the illusion go up in flames. Trust the ash. That's where the phoenix in you starts stretching its wings. Now, let's zoom in on something that often gets left out of the astrology conversation: your body. As someone who's studied both birth charts and behavioral science, I can tell you, your physical self doesn't lie. It's the somatic truth teller, and right now, it's probably screaming louder than your group chat during Mercury retrograde. Venus rules over areas like the throat and kidneys, while Pluto governs elimination and reproductive functions. Translation? If you've got a stiff neck, tight jaw, pressure in your chest, or sudden digestive drama, it's not just bad sleep or too much boba. That's your pride center holding tension, your inner lion trying to keep it together. But here's the deal, Leo, you're not supposed to hold it together all the time. You're not made of marble, you fire and heartbeat and drama and divinity. So if your body is aching, twitching, or suddenly craving lemon water and solitude, listen. That's not random. That's wisdom. Your cells are trying to process emotional residue, and the more you resist, the louder the message gets. So stretch. Sigh. Scream into a pillow if you need to. Roar. Your nervous system will thank you later. This isn't just astrology, it's soul alchemy with a side of psychosomatic awareness. You're not breaking down. You're breaking through. And yes, Leo, you're still fabulous while doing it. Let's have a little heart-to-heart, Leo, one old soul to another. You, my fiery friend, are built for action. You thrive in the spotlight, on instinct, with your chest puffed and your chin high. But here's the cosmic curveball: sometimes, the loudest truths don't come from the outside world or even from your thoughts. They come from your body quietly, subtly, persistently. And as someone who's spent a lifetime decoding both planetary patterns and psychological triggers, let me tell you, ignoring those internal whispers right now is like ignoring a fire alarm because the pitch annoys you. That knot in your solar plexus, that tension in your gut that feels like you swallowed a brick wrapped in unsaid feelings? That's not indigestion, Leo, that's your inner compass screaming, set me free. The body is the first place unprocessed truth takes shelter. And right now, it's functioning as your personal oracle. Not the dramatic crystal ball kind, though we love that too, but the kind that says, pay attention or prepare for a crash course in suppressed emotions. You don't have to power through. You have to power with. Listen. Stretch. Breathe. It's not weakness, it's wisdom. And if your body is the oracle, then your dreams this week are the secret scrolls. Oh yes, subconscious Leo is clocked in, caffeinated, and going full beast mode. Don't be surprised if you're dreaming about exes, lions that speak in metaphors, or yourself giving a TED talk in the underworld. This isn't just weird dream logic, this is Pluto speaking through your inner theater. So keep a dream journal on that nightstand, and write it all down, even if it makes zero sense. Because trust me, that dream where your childhood hamster turns into a dragon and lectures you about forgiveness? It's got layers. These visions aren't random, they're recoded downloads, spiritual software updates guiding you into your next version. The chosen one version. Because even a lion has to rest, reflect, and dream before it rises again. Let's settle in, Leo, because what you're experiencing right now, it's not just another moody Monday or cosmic hiccup. It's Pluto turning the dial on time itself, warping your perception, slowing down moments that used to pass in a blink, and turning ordinary conversations into déjà vu-laced loops. Ever find yourself mid-conversation, feeling like, didn't we already have this exact talk, in another lifetime? Or you're driving, music playing, and suddenly a memory from 10 years ago hijacks your emotional playlist? That's not nostalgia, it's soul work. It's the universe queuing up your inner healing playlist and pressing repeat until you actually listen. Pluto doesn't waste time. It distorts it so you can't ignore what still lingers in your emotional basement. These flashbacks? They aren't accidents. They're soul clues. If something keeps surfacing, it's because part of you is ready to let it go or integrate it with grace. Don't rush it. Don't dismiss it. Breathe through it. Because buried within those haunting echoes are the seeds of your next transformation. And here's the kicker, when this transit eases up, you won't be snapping back to normal. Normal, my dear Leo, is a cage wrapped in golden ribbon. Comfortable? Maybe. But was it ever you? You were born to roam, to roar, to create. So when the cosmic dust settles, and your crown feels a bit heavier with self-awareness, don't look for who you were. Look for who you're becoming. Now comes the aftershock. The tests. Oh yes, this is where the universe gets cheeky. You'll be handed familiar temptations. Old dynamics. People who make you question if you've actually grown or just collected better vocabulary to explain your trauma. And this is where it gets real. Did you evolve, Leo? Or did you just learn how to talk like you did? This is the final exam of your emotional semester. And don't worry, there's no scantron. The questions will be written in your relationships, your responses, your choices. And the answer? It'll show in how deeply you choose to honor your truth, even when it's inconvenient. So how do you navigate this? Here's your Leo-specific cosmic toolkit. Radical honesty. Start with yourself. Drop the performance. Admit where you're scared, where you're stuck, and where you're secretly longing for something more. Let go of control. I know. You're a fixed sign, a born leader, and you like your reality served with predictability. But growth lives in uncertainty. Embrace the messy middle. Face your shadow, not just the dramatic, stage-light shadow, but the subtler one, the pride that keeps you from asking for help, the fear of rejection that makes you pretend you're fine when you're not. Trust the transformation. Yes, this means endings. But every ending is a portal. And this one? It's gilded with divine fire. You're not being punished, Leo. You're being purified. This isn't a fall from grace, it's your rise to truth. So here's the final word, and it's important: you were never meant to simply survive this. That's not the Leo way. You are meant to shine through it. To alchemize it. To become the most untamed, unfiltered, unapologetically radiant version of yourself. This isn't drama for drama's sake. It's sacred transformation. You're stepping into the next phase of your divine journey, stripped of illusions, cloaked in your own unapologetic truth. And trust me, Leo, there's nothing more magnetic than a lion who has shed their fear and wears their scars like royalty. So set the intention now. Don't just get through this. Choose to transform through it. And if this message resonated with your soul, I invite you, fellow chosen one, to like this video, share it with your cosmic crew, and subscribe to my channel, Golden Fortune Leo. This space is your digital pride, a sanctuary for truth-seeking lions ready to evolve, laugh, and live boldly. Because this life? It's not just about being seen. It's about being real.